Here we go, the BackChat podcast, powered by Paywise. We bloody love them. We bloody love Will Schofield. We bloody love Hamish Brayshaw. We bloody love the fact that football is officially back because games have happened.
Yeah,
We're
and
back.
we bloody love you, Dan Const.
Oh, thank you,
yeah.
Hammer.
How are we?
Yeah, really good. How are you? How are you, more importantly?
I'm excellent, mate. I'm really good. Just camera's only on Dan.
That's right.
Yeah.
So they want to say,
Welcome.
hey.
Hey, mate, I'm great. I footy somewhat back. It was a good weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Somewhat, not really, but back enough. Back enough to talk about a lot of stuff. I had two things, but before we talk football, I got two things completely unrelated that I'd just like to discuss.
Yeah.
Jaiden, I sent you a photo not long ago. If you can bring that up, see these things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rip jeans.
Very, very ripped jeans. To the, I would say, 40-year-old gentleman walking along St. George's Terrace.
Who's no doubt tuned into BackChat.
He's no doubt tuning into BackChat. I reckon he was probably 40-odd. It would have been 4:05 at walking along St. George's Terrace past the NAB Bank branch there. He wasn't wearing those jeans. That was going on in his head. He's got a comb over that looked a lot like those that needs to go. It was. I've never seen a worse setup on the top ever. Proper Bruce Dull, and then had had those strings just across. And I'm like, mate, you can't look at yourself in the mirror in the morning and just go.
Do you know what? St. George's Terrace can get very windy, especially around this time.
Was he in a suit?
Suit. Wow. Full suit and
flapping
just
around or just
no. Like
so gel. You reckon he's
you know something about Mary where he comes in his own head. That was like that. It was just. I've never seen.
Did it look wet?
It looked thick and wet and like.
It was a character, not Norm. Like not Norm, the husband of.
It's been that long since I've seen it.
Dame Edna, like the husband was
Norm.
And he
yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah. Same guy, right?
So that
Norman
one
Gunston.
there on that woman's left leg, those jeans on that string on the knees. That was his hair. So to that gentleman, who I'm sure is tuning in, please.
What would you like? Just shave it?
Just get rid of it. Go the chrome dome, mate. Go shave nut.
Time
Or
to
the
come
Bruce
home.
Dull. Or the Brucey Dull flying door, mate. Nothing wrong with that. So that's to him.
So you said that you were bringing it back to me. Was that the?
No. There was another.
Oh, gee.
No.
That's cruel.
No, I got another thing that I'm bringing back to you. We had a lie detector test not long. Yeah, okay, very similar to that, but way worse.
Right.
Just way worse than that. So
Lie detector test.
lie detector test. We spoke about the amount you love your fish and chips, and that was no lie. You do love fish and chips.
Yeah.
Now we've said it on the podcast before. Pelican fish and chips.
Oh yeah.
Just up the street.
Yes.
Yeah.
I walked past it and really noticed it for the first time today. Obviously, it's not open yet. They've got a canoe inside, which I find pretty weird. They've just got a full-length canoe in the
Fit out.
shop, which I don't know if it's a table. I don't know
They
if
catch their fish in there.
I don't know if it's like a novelty that kids can sort of sit in during dinner.
Not sure they've tested the full capacity.
No,
yet.
I haven't. But I saw the two owners
Yeah.
sitting at it because it doesn't open until about 5:30 or 6.
Not sure.
I saw the two owners.
Not sure.
I saw the two owners sitting at the table.
Yep.
In what looked to be a crisis meeting.
What
Looked to be a real crisis meeting.
People's lives. Don't laugh about it.
No, I'm not laughing. You're laughing, not me. I'm sitting here.
I'm laughing because Dan 3 days ago said the same thing.
I walked past.
Were there papers on the table?
Papers on the table, notebooks out. She was like head in the hands. No. He was sort of like talking with his hands.
Don't say no. You've done nothing to support this venue.
The reason why
I don't know. I still feel bad for him.
The reason why I think I must bring this up, obviously relating it to your love of fish and chips, I think we have to have a party at like beers with BackChat sort of thing. I think we have to have a fish and chippery.
Okay,
save them.
You're right.
Not to save them, but I think we just need to. If they're going to go out, if it's going to go out in a blaze of glory, we need to have a fish and chip night.
Okay,
where we get 100 people.
If you love your fish and chips.
If you love your fish and chips, reach out. If we can, we're not going to save it. If it's a down,
you never know.
You got to go down.
So we're doing a fish and chip night.
Captain's got to go down with a ship.
I'll go and have fish and chips, mate. I'm not going to turn down fish and chips.
I think we have a fish and chip night
On a Monday night.
Let's do a
After
let's do a podcast live.
No, not doing a live one there.
I don't know
In
if they're
the
open
canoe.
Mondays.
But we'll go 4:30 to 5:30
Yep.
on a Monday in the future,
and then we'll roll.
and we'll
over
go
to the fish and
there
chip shop.
for fish and chip night.
Okay. Well,
We had with 100 people.
I did
pack the joint.
I
out.
did suggest
they
this
would
to
have
Will.
They wouldn't know what's in them. They would just be.
It'll be 100 more people than's ever gone there.
I
ever.
suggested this to him a
Never
little
seen
while ago,
anyone
and he said the problem is that we're all going to rock in, and they're not going to be able to handle it.
We've got to give.
So
We've
have
got to give them
tell
some heads up.
No, but then the element of surprise where he's just like, holy shit.
Holy shit!
No,
we
you
got 100.
can't do that. They'll be
knock,
serving all night.
knock.
They won't have enough produce.
Knock,
Cheers,
knock.
mate. Drop
Hello,
the
Pelicans. How are you? Yeah, good. Have you got room for 100?
Yes.
Yes.
I'll just let me just move the canoe.
Anyway, I thought that was
Great.
I
No,
laughed
let's
a
lock
lot
it
at
in.
that when I
If
first
you
saw
are-
the canoe.
If you are interested in joining us for Pelican Fish and Chips sometime
For
in the
Lewis
next
Melican
month,
Fish and Chips.
yes, if we can get Lewis Melican
When
down
do they play?
to
When
the-
do they play? When does Sydney play here?
He's a little while away from.
When does
playing.
Sydney come here? Because
Okay,
then we
we'll
can
find that
we
out.
can
We'll
bring the Pelican to the Pelican.
Fish and Chips, we could
That's
save
it.
it. Now we do have a super comment straight off the bat.
Super
Is it the
comment.
owners of the Pelican?
Is
Fish
it?
and
Is
Chip
it
shop?
Lewis
come.
Melican?
This is from Andrew Kerr. What do you think? And we will come to this very shortly, so we won't give away too
But we're
much
gonna
right now.
get a super comment.
What
out.
do you think of Foxtel's new scoreboard for 2025? It's a joke and a disgrace that needs to be fixed ASAP.
And if I'm looking no further than right here at BackChat, I'm just looking at the screen we have up right now. Look at the size of our ticker.
Yeah, but
It's the entire screen.
Yeah,
it's
but-
the entire screen.
that's true.
It is.
You were
We'll
going to
get
try
to
and
that.
defend it.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
Yeah,
That's a
true.
border on a YouTube live stream.
No,
not
it's a
not
ticker,
Fox-
mate.
No, it's not.
That, well, okay, very
Sydney
good.
here on the 23rd of March, which is like 13 days away.
So it's not a while.
It's not a while. We can
Gosh.
try. Let's get onto the Pelican.
He'll do it.
Yeah, he'll do it.
I actually think we could get him down there. He's a good man, the Melican.
He was in
great.
fine
I mean,
form on the
Melican,
weekend.
Melican.
That
Let's get-
double
let's
fisted
get the
spoil
Pelican to the Pelican.
from the weekend was huge.
All right, so we'll cover that super comment off in a second.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, let's
Anyway, that's
should-
the two things that I had. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Should we talk some footy?
Yeah, let's
All
do
right,
that.
here we go. Let's bloody get into it on the 10th of March. It's
It was a
Monday.
double score ticker.
We got Fox Footy and
It's
we got the
slowly
Fox
just
Footy
gonna
and the
rise
Channel
higher
7.
and higher and higher.
Like
All
a
right, the
brick.
GWS Giants have made their mark on the competition after their demolition of the Collingwood Magpies by 52 points. Hammer.
Yep.
Are the Giants just that bloody good, or are the Magpies trash?
Well, the Collingwood Magpies, I'll get to them in a second. GWS are fucking awesome. So good. Best defensive duo in the competition, no question about that. They dominated those two down back.
Connor Iden was pretty good.
Connor Iden as the third, like, they looked really, really good. So, not taking anything away from that. Finn Callahan, worth every piece of 17 million.
Oh, gee.
So, yeah, Finn Callahan, really good. They're missing some fucking good players too. Prayers up to Briggsy.
They didn't have a ruckman.
They didn't have a ruckman the whole game. Collingwood, not as bad as people are making them out to be. Just fucking kick goals. Kick fucking goals. It's how hard is it? You missed, what'd they kick, like 11 fucking points in the first quarter or something stupid?
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Probably 16 points for the whole game. But just kick goals. You don't lose by 50. You still lose the game because GWS are very good, but you go down by 3 or 4 goals if you can kick straight and not be idiots.
I don't know if you saw the preseason game or the score.
Yeah,
Have you
exact
seen
same,
this?
yeah.
They kicked 20 goals, 2 behinds.
the opposite.
They're not the same. The
Sorry,
opposite.
the complete opposite. That's what I mean.
So they kicked 20 goals, 2, I'm pretty sure. I was watching it and I was like, this is outrageous behaviour. But what they've done to themselves, it was against Richmond.
Yeah.
They kicked 21 goals, 6. At three-quarter time, they were 19 goals, 1.
Yeah, it's just
Collingwood
ridiculous.
in the preseason. So what they've done, they've gone away from that game and they've gone,
With it.
we are the most accurate team in the history of the world. We don't need to do any goal kicking.
Yep. And they obviously haven't.
Yes.
It just looked, it was poor. Their goal kicking was average. Their set shots were poor. They missed some ones they certainly should have taken. But yeah, they just cost themselves in that area. GWS were just far too good. Like, they were fucking scary. Electric, quick.
Some of their goals they kicked multiple times involving Finn Callahan. The one he kicked out of the middle where he had 4
that
handballs
was so good.
and slotted it from 40 on the run.
Yep.
Like that's a 100
Yep.
100-metre sprint and then jailing a 40-metre on the boundary.
That's a
And then
$17 million contract goal.
Well, you can see what St Kilda are doing now. I think
Yeah.
there's some people like waking up today
For how
going,
good he
oh,
was."
he's actually very good.
Yeah, I got him in. I had him in my Supercoach team for the sole purpose of, like, what you wouldn't offer a kid that much money if he wasn't really good.
No.
Worth it. Gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
We're we talking about
speaking
Collingwood and
goals,
other people who play for
speaking
Collingwood.
of goals, we will be
Yeah.
talking about some other Collingwood
later.
players, but let's go to the goals first. Sam Taylor kicks their first goal of the season, the GWS Giants, off a 50-metre penalty of Backman.
That's really, really important to note because
Yes.
obviously as we go into the show, we'll get to the
Right.
fun stuff.
That is important.
One of the rules last year in the Jack Buckley Medal voting,
BackChat Backman of the year.
BackChat Backman of the Year, is a goal disqualifies you unless it is as a result of a 50-metre penalty.
And what
because
happened? I didn't
so
see.
Sam Taylor got a 50-metre penalty.
It was
Did he?
soft as.
Yeah, soft as
It
anything.
was so soft. He
I was
nipped it.
wondering what he was doing down there
No.
because he had a shot from 20 metres out.
He got a little clip in the head
Intercept
after he
mark,
marked it.
clipped it, 50-metre penalty, kicked the goal. So
Yeah,
that he does not.
He just can't control that, can he? Like he can't
Not his
control.
fault. Not his fault. He would have. I think he would have wanted to give a handball receive.
Yes.
But he ended up having to kick it, and he slotted it.
So another interesting thing to note about Sam Taylor kicking the first goal of GWS's season. The last time he did that,
17.
17.
Yes.
They made a grand final.
And
And,
they
and I'm not,
and they lost it by 100.
and I'm not sure what he was doing down there that time either.
Yeah.
So
Two
there we
goals
go.
in 112 games or
I
something.
think the other one was the first goal of the year of 2017. I'm pretty
It'd be
certain.
such a strange stat. This is just Swamp Thing would have this stat.
Yeah, Swamp Thing
would he be the first fullback to ever kick 2 opening season goals for a team ever? Probably.
Must be.
Like you can't imagine. As in, like, has a fullback ever kicked the
as a
opening goal
fullback?
for the season twice in 2 different seasons for any team?
That's a good question to put to Swamp. I think we should actually do
Are you
that.
on
Yeah.
Twitter, Hammer? Do you have a little burner or anything?
No.
Okay. Well, you can get on
Actually,
Twitter.
I
and
did.
ask-
I might still have it. I did make a burner just a while ago. Like it would have been a while ago but it was not a burner. It was just Hamish Brayshaw.
And it's, oh, right.
It was actually mine. I just
Hamish
thought,
bought-
should I get onto Twitter? And then I just never did.
Okay. Cool.
Hamish Brayshaw's a legend.
One
Fuck, this guy's so good.
One other thing I'd like to bring up
Commenting on
and
all the
throw to
waffle
you guys is Kingers v McRae.
Wow.
The two coaches on the sidelines, two heavyweights going head to head.
Well, one heavyweight.
Yeah, one heavyweight.
And a flyweight.
What did you guys think of that?
I think that there's nothing to see here other than it was Kingers. And look, I don't know Fly McRae. I don't know Kingers that well either. But you could certainly see a power struggle. And when I say struggle, I mean no struggle whatsoever.
Yep.
You could see who had the upper hand here. Fly chirped, little buzz.
As that happens.
Kingers turned around and with his eyes told him to shut the fuck up.
Yep.
And then continued to tell him with his mouth.
Yeah.
And Fly literally did
Sat
not
down.
say a word back
Sat down.
and he sat down.
Yeah.
What did he say to him?
I think he told him. Oh well, from what I've been made aware of, he was talking about that there was the Toby Bedford Nick Daicos situation,
50-metre penalty.
50-metre penalty, and I think from what I have heard, and there might be some mics that have picked this up. Craig McRae stood up and said, "Fuck you, Bedford, you dog! Like, go and fuck yourself."
No.
That's what he said to Toby Bedford.
No.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
And then Kingers got up and
way he
said, "Fly, say that again to my face, mate. I could bench press you out of this fucking stadium." I think that's
Yes.
what he said. And then to which point Craig goes, "Okay, Kingers, you're probably right there, mate. Actually, now that I look at you, your biceps, like you're scaring me. Like the 50-metre penalty, the boys could sort of map it along your bicep vein. I'm going to sit down." That's I think what he said.
Is that coming across the desk?
That's come across the desk.
Have we got that audio?
Pretty
Yeah.
close. I don't have the audio, but I do
that's
have
it.
I do
Pretty
have a
close.
bit
Oh,
of a
you've actually got-
transcript
have you got
from
it?
what could have actually happened. But
Did
I
Hammer
think
just read it?
yeah,
That was it.
apparently. So yes, he was clapping at Bedford for giving away the 50-metre penalty, saying "well done" to him. And Kingers
Well done.
Well
You
done,
just
yeah.
made- well done, Toby.
Well done, Toby. you
Kingers
fucking
comes back
dog.
with an all-time ripper of a line that would send a chill down your spine if you're McRae. He just says, "You're better than that."
Oh, he was
No, he
disappointed.
No, he
wasn't
didn't. He
angry,
told
he
him to
was
go and
just
fuck
disappointed.
off. And the other thing, the only reason that it didn't escalate is because of the third umpire in the middle, Toby Pink. Toby Pink took because he wanted to get involved in opening round. He was sat in the third umpire's box in the middle and separated the two of
I
them.
hope Pink Eye plays round one.
Oh, so
love to
do
see
I.
it.
I'll be really disappointed.
He
if
needs to.
doesn't.
If North have any chance of premiership aspirations for this year, Toby Pink needs to play.
I think they win this
Anything
week.
else you guys want to talk about GWS and
Yeah.
Collingwood?
Oh, with Nick Daicos.
yeah,
But aren't we
Nick
covering that a
Daicos.
bit
We'll
later?
come back to it. We'll
we
come
gonna
back.
come
We'll
back
come
to
back
that?
on Nick Daicos just because I like to spread it out a little
Still
bit.
think he's the best player ever. Keep going.
All right, let's continue. While in opening round, it was hated by many of fans in the AFL land. It was a complete fizzer following 2 games being postponed. Will, how does the AFL fix opening round for next year?
Clearly, there can be fixes here. Like, clearly, having 2 games is not what the AFL intended. I don't know why I'm so positive on this. I'm actually not that. I wasn't that footy starved for the 2 games. I know that sounds dumb, and I can be quite critical about a lot of things, but I've been pretty steadfast on this. I don't know. I was just pretty happy for footy to be back, and I would have liked if I had 4 games. It would have been a perfect weekend for me. I saw both.
Yep.
3 games a weekend out of the 9 are usually junk anyway. So you scrap them out, and so what? We missed maybe 2 more we could have had. I don't know. Look, how can it be fixed? Someone said on the Shelter Footycast with Mark Reddings today, how about we do this idea? We put 2 games in WA, 2 games in South Australia, 2 games in Queensland, 2 games in Sydney, 1 in Tassie. That's 9 games. We call it round 1.
Yeah, that was Michael Voss, I think.
Right. I think it was.
Vossy came out with that idea,
but
which is not a bad idea. Probably the best
it's not,
idea ever.
It's not an idea at all. It's just round 1.
Yeah.
What are we doing?
So I think you have this idea that that it was the perfect amount of footy because that's all you do. Like your life is football. Oh. So as in like you work in football, you're in the media, you do all the preseason games. It's just shit. 2 games is not good. Right. 4 games is not good. Play every game. Right. For football fans that you don't support a team other than the Giants.
Yeah, well,
like people are diehard fucking fans of teams that want to play. Only 4 of them got to play. So I think this needs to go, or actually just play round 1 instead of opening round. I don't think if they want to grow the game in those states, New South Wales and Brisbane, I don't mind that idea because you want to try and grow the game over there. Do not a gather round, do a gather round style thing, but across those 2 states. Play all 9 games in opening round up there.
Am I wrong to say that this was put together sort of haphazardly? I feel like last year it sort of come out of nowhere and then suddenly we got 4 games in.
Yep. If this is gonna survive and you want to call it opening round, do a Friday night or a Thursday night game at the SCG, do a Friday night game at the Gabba, do a Saturday morning game at the 2 of them. Like, just make... So
it's just another gather round.
It's just another gather round, but across 2 states, not all in the one.
Right,
across
so
the NRL states.
Across the NRL states. Just make it...
So it's mingle round.
Mingle round, yeah. Or take us all to Vegas.
Yeah, take us all to Vegas.
Yeah, I'll mix it, get us to Vegas.
Yeah, I just think that's the way... Unless you just bring it forward and actually just play round 1, which is, I think, a very good option. But if you're going to persist with growing the game over there, play all the games in those 2 states.
Sounds quite sensible.
Very sensible.
Sounds very good. Let's go to some YouTube comments. Triple Bogey says, fire Nico. I agree with you.
Yeah,
100%.
well, does it annoy you to know that the Lakers are now going to just win?
Oh, I hope they do. No, I really hope they do so that Nico Harrison can just
because Kyrie's done his knee.
Yeah. Kyrie's done his ACL. They're shutting down Anthony Davis. Daniel Gafford's done.
The other guy that went had like a 40-point game a week later, didn't he?
Oh yeah,
this is the people listening, like Dallas Mavericks fans. Very
sorry, no, it's very.
Yeah,
it's just And someone also said they're just finishing. Johnny Osborne said just finishing my last BackChat ale, and then a frowny face.
That's disappointing because they are delicious.
They are delicious, and can tell you that we definitely are doing it again.
Season 3 is returning.
Yeah, do you know? Well, I can't even remember when we said we're going to do it, but it's soonish, right?
There's definitely going to be a beer of some
It could be in the barrel now. I don't know. They
venue,
put in barrels,
making it,
I don't know.
labeling it.
Someone's
online,
stirring it around a little bit.
I think so.
All right, there we go. All right, so BackChat out. Look out for that. Let's talk about this scoreboard. Fox Footy blew fans away on the weekend with their brand new edition of one of the most divisive screen scoreboards ever. Jaiden, can you get it up for us, please, so we can have a bit of a look? And Hammer, give us your thoughts on this, mate. So that's fresh off a TV there.
Yep, lucky I didn't have epilepsy because I would have had a fit at this thing. Like, it was just an eyesore. Put it in okay, sweet. I can see that Sydney have got 1 goal, 0, 6. Hawthorn have got 0 goals, 2. Like, remember when it used to be just a tiny little square up the top left?
So why
perfect?
Was it like that the whole
entire
game?
game?
So it wasn't just like at goals.
And then sometimes it would say like free kick, and the entire thing would be like
flash
free kick, and then it would go back to it.
It was just.
Is it just bad because it's different?
No, it's just bad because it's a big eyesore that distracts you from the game.
Right.
Just tuck it away. Like, I don't need to. I need to know the score, and I need to know how much time is left, but not that big.
I also don't need the FNF on it, which is Friday Night Footy. I don't need a logo to tell me that I'm watching Friday Night Footy.
Yeah, just put it up in the top left corner, tuck it away.
I'm just trying to think if there's more on our scoreboard as a sport than like other sports. Like, what are other sports?
NFL have like 3rd and 3.
Yeah.
The quarter,
and
the score.
Time. And they also
Timeouts.
have like
NRL have how many downs and all the rest of it. Like cricket has got.
So maybe we've got.
Cricket's got 25 things.
25
so maybe we've got a lot less, and we've just overcompensated.
Yeah, and like it just it looked a lot. It was very distracting. It certainly drew my attention. If that's what they wanted, well then big tick.
I mean, I just think it's funny that I look at our screen right now, and if you look at what we're doing, there's shit all over.
Yeah, but we're also not a moving,
we're not a
sport.
game.
Like, there was one shot that someone showed on Twitter that I saw, and it was like, I can't see who's in the goal square right now. Like, the ball was in the air, and the scoreboard was covering the goal square.
I didn't.
Is it as intended to be executed, do you think? Like, or do you think it's more of a oh shit, like we had the Zoom like up 170% instead of having it at 100%. Like, do you think someone's just pulled the trigger?
Made a mistake.
Right. The percentage is
I
too
don't know.
high.
No, well, because they rolled it
I
out
just didn't
across
see
both
it.
games.
I just didn't see it.
I didn't.
So
I didn't
were you
like
not
it.
watching it on TV? Like, how did you not see it?
So
Or did you just not
I
notice
called Friday Night Footy, and we get the
right.
feed.
Yep.
We get the clear feed. So I wasn't watching on TV. And then the GWS Collingwood game, I came home, and lo and behold, no, God forbid, I had to flick on 7 because I couldn't be bothered syncing my KO up. So I chucked 7 on. So I never saw the.
7's one's shit too.
it? It is big. It's, it's definitely bigger.
It's awkward. It's like it looks like a novelty. That's what I would describe it as. Like, it looks like a novelty scoreboard, which I don't think. I think it should just be top left corner, AFL team score.
I did see it was like a bit different logistically. Like, I did look up at the screen after we finished calling the game on Friday night, and I saw maybe Abby Holmes interviewing someone, and then in the background of her shot, Sarah Jones might have been
in the same
shot. And they were both like wearing white, and they were like all, but they were different
networks.
Podcasts.
Yeah, I just think it was.
I think that happens across NRL.
It was a
cricket.
novelty. It looked novelty, and I think.
Do you think they'll change it?
They better not.
I think they will.
Oh, you want them to stay?
Keep it the same.
No,
Live with it. If you've made that,
I
you've made a
think
statement, you got to stick to it.
I think they'll change.
Don't buckle because of these
I think
haters.
I think they'll go
Listen
one
to the
more
people.
week with 9 games, and then they'll cop it again, and they might have to just strip it back
Just
a bit.
80%.
Listen to the people.
80%. Make it slightly
Listen
smaller.
to the people. Get rid of it.
Okay, listen to people.
Bullshit.
Okay, in positive news for Fremantle fans, Andrew Brayshaw last week signed on with
Yeah,
the
he
club
did.
until 2031, while down the road at the West Coast Eagles, their co-captain Oscar Allen is still without a long-term deal. Will, is it time to actually start panicking?
Well, I mean, so I saw on the back page of the paper over here that Oscar's linked to Hawthorn.
Yep.
The photo I have on my phone is
Him
interesting.
signing a contract at Tom Brass's wedding on the napkin. On the napkin.
So
Sign here if in trouble.
So
Blink twice if you need
I don't
help.
think necessarily Hawthorn's the concern. It's still the concern that he doesn't have a contract. I actually think, and I brainstormed this a little bit live on air on Friday night. I don't think it would hurt all parties or any parties for someone to speak about what's going on, i.e. the football club being like, hey, we've actually put an offer in front of Oscar, and either A, it was too small and he said, come back to us, or we've put it to him and he's like, no, I'm actually shopping around. Now, that'd put a bit of pressure on Oscar Allen if they did that. Conversely, if Oscar Allen came out and said, hey, I am speaking to the football club, we are negotiating a contract, or hey, my knee has become a bit of an issue and we're not, speaking, neither of us are speaking until I can prove that I can go and play. If any of those things are actually going on and you came out and have a conversation about it and were truthful, not to the point of like, this is the dollars and cents and this is what I want and this is like, you've got to keep some negotiating behind closed doors.
That's true.
But having an update on the captain of your football club, either from the captain or from the football club, to me would make sense.
Yeah,
because otherwise we just speculate.
Yeah, I like that. Firstly, I don't apologise for not having the Andrew news on Monday.
So it's interesting because we haven't asked for an apology, but you're not saying you're not sorry. But I haven't said.
Yeah, no. So I'm getting on the. I'm obviously.
It feels like you are sorry.
No. So I
haven't asked for one.
I'm not.
Yeah, but we didn't ask for an
It
apology.
came out Tuesday morning.
Have we said anything about this? Like, why is he
No,
talking about
we
this?
didn't. We wanted to give him some space.
You mentioned it to me straight after he announced it.
I just asked you. Maybe you could have.
Any danger?
So yeah, that's I think something along the lines of what you said. I played golf with him Monday morning and had nothing. Yeah. I was like, I texted because he rang me the next morning at 7:30 and he was like, "Hey mate, I've signed the contract. I did it over the weekend and it's coming out soon." And I said to him, I was like, I played 18 holes of golf with you yesterday morning. Didn't think it was a good time to.
The trouble isn't not announcing on BackChat. It's the trouble is like he doesn't tell your brother.
Doesn't tell. Yeah, he's like, and what he said to me on the phone, he goes, what he said to his in the media announcement was, did it over the weekend, like just kept it within close family and friends. What? Here I was. Yeah.
Is that what he said?
That's what he said. Yeah, just kept it in tight, kept it within some close family and friends. Here I am playing golf.
So
nothing.
Would you like the opportunity? Oh, we're not going to be able to show this photo, but we had lots of feedback. Terrific news, Vandy.
Awesome feedback. Well done. Good on him.
Yeah, well done.
Signed a long-term deal. But
you go.
We had a lot of input from numerous audience members. I hear on BackChat. I should have pulled them up. It just made me think about it, talking about him. Chompers.
Old Chompers, Brayshaw.
So there was a lot of queries coming into BackChat.
TJ Brayshaw.
Coming into BackChat's Instagram that maybe Andy's had a bit of work done.
He's had a couple of veneers put in.
Has he? How many?
It's just a
Is that
4.
courtesy of Andrew Gaff?
Yeah, so when Gaffy...
Did you go to the Roy Lobbs guy as well?
Nah, so he had persisted with getting them. So when Gaffy punched him in the face, he had a few of his teeth died, but like didn't fall out straight away. So they were just decaying naturally. And so he kept getting them whitened while they were turning black.
Sorry.
And then it got to the point where he was about 8 months ago, just had to get them replaced.
Right, so he does have the chompers in.
He's got, I think he's got 4 chompers in.
And he can take him out?
No, I don't think he can take them out. I think they're in.
They're implants.
Yeah, implants, I think. 4. That's what I think,
Can you...
Yeah, look at they're chompers.
Right?
Yeah.
They're pearly whites.
They're big pearly whites. They're thick chompers.
And I think the lighting...
the lighting doesn't do him much justice there.
Yeah, so... Oh, that was Luca Gregor.
Oh, my God.
The lighting sort of does the hair... Luca Gregor.
Anyway, but speaking... So, yeah, he has got 4 chompers.
Okay, perfect.
But on the Oscar Allen thing, Andrew was, I think, a very good example of that because he hadn't signed his contract, but he came out and was speaking pretty publicly about, we are discussing it. It's a long-term deal. We're trying to come to a good arrangement. And so he was pretty upfront with I want to stay, but we are working towards getting it done.
So
then it got done.
It sounds like the contract negotiations were in a positive frame though, and it got done. So
correct.
what if negotiations aren't going well? Is there any benefit from either party actually sharing that?
Well, here's my idea on that.
It's all good and well saying, "Oh, well, I'm talking to the football club and I want to be a long-term player."
Yeah.
But if that's not shared by either party,
if it's not mutually shared, then it's a bit of it's not good on that part. If someone comes out, if West Coast come out and said, "Hey, we've offered Oscar a deal, but he hasn't said yes to it yet because there's not enough money for him," then it makes Oscar look shit.
Yeah.
If Oscar comes out and says, "Yeah, that West Coast offered me a deal, but it's way unders and I don't want to take it because I'm worth more than that," looks bad on them, West Coast. But then it's like, well, shit, now Oscar's got to perform.
Yeah.
So it's a very hard one and they're not probably in a position to both mutually agree to let everyone know that they're not going to sign the deal yet.
Yeah,
I did hear his manager on one of the radio stations some morning saying, "Oh, we're very close. Like I'm sure he'll sign. It's just a matter of time."
Oh, good.
So that was just like the manager saying that.
Probably could have started with that.
Yeah.
But the thing is, that's just
we don't have to talk about it.
That's just like that's just his manager saying maybe that's just a way to put a bit of pressure on or something like that. I don't know.
My understanding is that it's the length of the deal is the main point of concern.
Oh.
Like West Coast, I feel like my understanding is that they've offered him the contract that they've sort of suggested to him isn't long enough for him.
Okay.
But the reason that it's not long enough on their end, West Coast end, is because, well, hey, look at your injury history, mate. You're a walking mummy. You got bandages everywhere. So I'm not really.
So why would you make him captain?
Why would I throw 6 years at you if you might? But so that
made him co-captain.
It might be a case of, okay, the best way forward is let's offer rules with triggers. If you get your 6th year if you've played 100 games in for the next 5 or 70 in the next 4 or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a list manager, and if I was, I'd be pretty shit because I'd just be offering all my mates some cash. Rothy would still be on a list. I'd still be on a list. You'd still be on a list.
Could I get
Dan would be on there.
Something? Yeah,
we'd get Luca in.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Gregor would be our captain. Yep, no question.
We'll just sign Luka Doncic.
Yeah, we could.
Before we hear from our friends at Paywise, Jaiden, that's my little nudge to you. Boys, we need to talk about a couple of things that are happening in BackChat land.
Yep.
Okay.
First things first. The Western Derby preview show that is happening Thursday, the 27th of March at the Legal Hotel.
Guests are bloody locked in.
Yep. Guests are locked in. Liam Duggan, co-captain of the West Coast Eagles. Yep. He has a contract. And Sean Darcy has also a contract at Fremantle Dockers.
He does.
So we have people who have contracts, a big one.
Massive one. What time does that start?
It stores open from 4:30. There is football on. I think it's a Port Adelaide game. I may be just making that up, but 4:30, doors open. You come down and watch the footy. We'll be there. We'll be having a beer, get a bit of food. I think then at about 6 o'clock, we'll be jumping up on stage. Nice. The 3 of us will be doing a little mini back chat, some chatter, and then the big dogs of Liam Duggan and Sean Darcy will jump on stage and preview the Derby.
And then we're going to triple you up with a bit of Mark Redding's Will Schofield Shelter Footy Cast action.
What a night.
We're going back chat mini. We're going guest interview with the captain of West Coast and the leadership leadership group member, Sean Darcy. I don't think he's not the vice captain, because that's Andy and Sean.
Leadership
and
group. Leadership group.
Definitely leader.
Spiritual.
Spiritual leader.
if anything
Sean Darcy. And then we get a mini shelter, and we might even finish us all off with a little bit of trivia, a little bit of raffle, bit of everything.
Yeah.
So that is at Leadable Hotel. You're right. It's Essendon and Port Adelaide from 4:30. So come down, watch the footy. We'll get through that. If it turns into a shit game, we'll start the show a bit earlier, so you don't have to watch the garbage that they're putting out. If it's a good game, we'll sit around and watch the footy together, and we'll talk shit, and then we'll put the shows on.
We may also have something thanks to TABtouch, just to keep
There'll be betting specials thanks to TABtouch.
wet.
There might be.
There'll be
Actually, we can say there will
there'll be specials on the taps thanks to Shelter, the Leadable Hotel. So you can get your tickets, backchatstudios.com.au, go to the merch section, and it's the first thing there. It's the tickets section.
$20.
$20 a ticket.
For a ripping night.
Ticket.
Come down,
Well,
have a good time.
at some point we'll probably give out some beers. Like they'll just get there, prep yourself for a great time, and we'll preview Derby number 60.
Wow.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Oh, there'll be some merch.
There'll be some merch. There'll be some very
Special
good
Derby merch.
Special Derby.
In time for you to wear to the Derby if you are going
If you're
to
going
that.
to the Derby. Yep.
Okay, so that's the Derby. All right, we're excited about that. It's
Go and
gonna
get
be
some
great.
tickets now.
Go get some tickets right this second.
They're live.
Jaiden, can you please put a link to the merch store on the YouTube page? On the YouTube chat. So if you're watching on YouTube, you can do it right this second. Secondly, our tipping competition is well and truly underway.
Well, you could say it's well and truly not. It's only 2 games
That's true.
in.
That's right. So if you got 0 tips this week, which you do if you're not signed up,
Yeah, if you're not entered, you got 0.
you're only 2 behind the leader. You can win that in the last round.
You're 1 behind me and Hammer, and if you beat us, you get $10.
That's right.
It's not every week if you beat us, is it?
No.
I was going to say, we're going to be we're in
Thousands and thousands of dollars in debt.
That's correct.
So you're 1 behind me and Hammer. What did you get? 2.
I don't think I tipped.
Oh, you're.
I forgot.
That's all right. Okay, that's fine.
So Dan's
you
only
can,
2 back.
You
But
can
I
join.
would have got the away game.
No, would have. No, would have.
No, you didn't. How are we going to do this? Because we didn't have a whole heap of input from me the last
No,
week.
I just tipped.
So
That's it.
you got one wrong.
We'll discuss it on today.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah,
Let's do our tips right now. We'll do our rapid fire tips.
We'll do our Monday. We'll tip Monday. How about that? Me and Scully will tip Monday, and
we'll
you
make
guys
it very quick because I know everyone's super interested in what you guys are tipping.
Obviously.
Well, that's why they're entering to get $10 off
they're
us.
trying to enter to beat us.
Well, no, don't tell them what you're going to tip because then they can use all of your tips.
If you want to revert, if you want to do that, that's fine. What if we're right?
Yeah,
what if we get
we're right?
9?
Yeah, idiots, you guys get 0.
They get 8.
Hit me, go.
Okay.
Rapid fire. Richmond Carlton.
Richmond by 1,000.
Oh, Richmond to win.
Oh, sorry, I meant Carlton by 1,000. My bad. Sorry, continue.
This is going well.
It was too rapid. Keep going. Carlton by
Just think about it. Just think about it. Friday night footy, Hawthorn, Essendon, and MCG.
Hawthorn by 66.
Yes, we don't need the margin, but okay. Down at the Cattery, Geelong, Freo, Saturday morning, 10 a.m.
Flag mantle.
It's going to be a big effort at 10 a.m. in the morning for the boys.
Freo.
Sydney, Brisbane, SCG. Interesting game.
Lions. Oh, actually, Sydney. I'm jumping back on Sydney.
I'm going to challenge you on that. Bulldogs, North Melbourne.
Boners.
Boners at Marvel.
Bulldogs suck.
It is both the prison bar sides in the Collingwood Magpies and the Port Adelaide Magpies. Power.
I think Port.
Yeah, I think Port too.
I like
So the MCG, 4:35.
Like power.
Adelaide, St Kilda.
Adelaide. Saints are so bad.
Saints
are the worst.
Giants,
too.
Melbourne.
Go the Giants.
And West Coast, Gold Coast.
Just Gold Coast.
Have to get it done. I pretty much agree with you.
Yep. Except for the Sydney one. We'll talk about that.
So join the tipping. You can do that. You're going to be a patron to join. Over $7,000 in prizes. We got a carton of beer to give to this week's winner.
To the milkman, 98.
Jason
Gilby.
Maybe it could be. He got 2 right and a 1-point margin.
Wow, that's pretty good.
What was the margin? It was a fair bit in the end.
24 points.
23 points. Yeah, something like that.
Very good.
Well done to
Jason.
the milkman, 98. A carton of beer is...
That actually could easily be Jason Gilby.
Yeah.
Because he was born, I think he might have been born in 1998.
Perfect.
Could be Jason.
Well done, Jason.
Well done, Jason.
Well done, Jason. Let's hear from our friends at Paywise.
Hi, I'm Will, and I'm a backman. And I'm Gov, and I'm a Paywise brand ambassador. And you're a backman? Yes, I am, but I'm also a Paywise brand ambassador. And I know that the best way to get into your next car is through the Paywise novated lease.
To learn more about novated leasing, contact Paywise today or just ask Jeremy McGovern.
I've always thought that the silence there wouldn't make any sense to anyone just listening.
Yeah, a friend of mine said that.
Basically, to describe it, it's Jeremy McGovern and myself for the entire ad, right? Doing the ad. And then the closing shot is silence of me and not Jeremy McGovern, but Dan wearing Jeremy's All-Australian jumper, staring at the camera for 5 seconds.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you
for the clarification. I literally had a friend who was like, how come there's such a big gap between the ad and you guys come back? And I said, oh, you got to watch it because I've never watched it.
It's just me.
There we go.
There you go. So thank you for that. Go have a look at it on YouTube. YouTube.com/backchat.
Or just keep listening, and that's the reason why.
Yeah, that's fine. All right.
That actually works.
Should we get back into it?
Yeah, let's get back
All
on
right,
track.
many footy fans had all but handed Hawthorn the premiership in January of this year, and following their impressive win over the Swans, will I ask you this? Does their backline have what it takes to win the premiership this year?
Oh, boy. I mean, what we did see on the weekend was two incredible backlines going at it. GWS, best combo in the league. Connor Iden shutting blokes down. Lockie Whitfield running around back there.
Toby Green tackling someone in the goal square to save the goal.
Not a backman, but it was nice. It was in the back line.
It was in the back line.
Did see it. But the Hawthorn back line, which is what we are here to discuss, looks so much more solid. And they're that happy with how it's going, or they just want to bring that many people along for the ride. They started Frosty as the sub. I couldn't believe my ears and eyes when I saw Frosty as the sub. They brought him on, put him at fullback. They subbed a fullback, and he was not playing anywhere else but that. I was on radio again. We could put him full forward, put him in the middle. Nah, Frosty's a fullback. So not only did they have the players on the field embarrassed, in battle, in scrimshaw, right? These guys running around, Impy running amok, Eamon running amok, Sicily playing on the third tall. He didn't have to play on anyone with those two people in the team. Battle and Barris. Sicily just does what he wants. Then he started getting tagged by Haywood in the third. Said, you know what? Might just go forward and start kicking goals, which he did. Kicked one, gave one off, impacted another. He had 3 marks inside 50 in the last quarter. James Sicily, ladies and gentlemen, will be the All-Australian captain, and they won't know where to play him. He'll be forward and back all year, and they'll have to put him on the bench, and he'll be captain.
Gee.
Early call.
That's a big call.
Really early call, and I love it. And I'm going to double down on that and say he is in the top 5 most valuable players in the competition.
So good, mate.
In terms of his ability to impact a game, he's in the top 5 most valuable players in the comp.
Looks good in long sleeves as
He
well.
looks fucking awesome in long sleeves.
Double brown long sleeves too.
So, Hawthorn's backline. I say that GWS have got the best backline duo in the comp. That's still true, but geez, this one's pretty close. This one is right around the corner from being... It's knocking on the door. It's knocking on the door. And only time will tell where that will end up, but they looked exceptional. Barris is just... he has put on 10 kilos of pure muscle.
Was it just the brown on brown, though?
Could be,
that
but
made him look like that.
I reckon he's gone down a size of Guernsey as well.
And
it's
shorts.
way
he
tighter.
looked massive.
Shorts.
Like, looked enormous.
Massive. All departments. Bless you.
Yeah, bless you. It's like... I'll tell you what it reminded me of. Have you seen Tarzan?
Yes.
I
I just watched George of the Jungle on the weekend.
Great. I do like that. Yeah, watch out for that tree. But Tarzan, the animated one, where Phil Collins just lights the world up on the piano.
Yes.
What a guy. Strangers Like Me is one of my favourite songs of all time.
Yes.
Anyway, so in the animated films, Tarzan is a little boy. He has his scraggy hair and whatever, and then all of a sudden, fast forward, and he's just a fucking man. That is TB. Not that he wasn't a man at West Coast. He was a big boy. But he looks like he's just gone from Tarzan 2 to Tarzan 3, and he's now a full silverback gorilla. He is a fuck. He looked massive, looked filled out, looked thick, looked comfortable, looked at home, and just played. There he is, TB, and played like a fucking brute.
Yeah.
Just was unbeatable.
I think. I actually think he'll get better. I don't know if he would have been like 10 out of 10 game from me. Like, he had some moments that I think he probably would be better, but like he was also elite.
So big.
So he's going to get better. What they will do is they'll learn to play with each other more.
Yeah, more and more.
Joel Armadi was Barris a lot.
Yeah.
And I saw Armadi running. He runs out like long leads.
Yep.
But Barris is more of a sit back and is he chasing?
He's actually like low key pretty quick.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to play more back shoulder, that sort of operation more at Hawthorn by looking at the full sweat. You watched that full sweat?
That was I saw the clip.
I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen the full thing, but I saw the clip where TB was like apologising to the team.
He wasn't apologising, but he's a big feature of the film.
Basically. Yeah, being pretty open and honest about, hey guys, I'm sorry I've taken my time to sort of get this right.
He basically was talking about. I texted him about it. Like at West Coast, he's been playing in front of his man for 4 years, 5 years. And I think they want him more back shoulder.
Yep.
And that's not giving away trade secrets. Like, you can see it in the doco that he
pretty
speaks
obvious,
about that with Cade Simpson. And you can see that by the way they play. But he was actually a back shoulder guy, Tom Barras, back in the day. He just kind of forgot. I was like, you do remember, like, this is actually suits you. Like, you playing in front, you just lose your man too often.
Yeah.
It's just like...
Gov can do it because he's the best ever.
But, like, with how quick the game goes now, if you start in front of your man, it just turns into a shit show. Holy shit. What did you say about his voice?
Go have a listen. I'll show you later. Go back and listen to the interview after the game because Tom is like it's Tom Barras here. Like, very low after the game. I don't know if it's just a thing after you played a full game of footy, but it's like, yeah, it's good to be out with the. It sounded like I didn't know if my TV was broken. Like, it was really high pitch.
He was happy.
Sounded nothing. Yeah, he was just up
Happy
and about.
He answered he sort of crossed his hands like this and answered the questions like a bit of a schoolboy. Like, I thought that was quite funny. Question for you, a Fox football question. Is it an MO or is it a new directive that the post-match interviews go for ages?
Oh, no
Oh,
idea.
they interviewed Tom for ages, right?
They asked like 10 questions.
I would say...
What's fucking going on here?
I would say...
Wrap it up.
Usually, the only thing that dictates that is the time that you're on air till. Or, if there's a hard out, if they're going to push something, or
Could it be
something's gone wrong and they can't get back
Could it be
upstairs.
dictated by the fact that they maybe stuck around on the ground a bit longer? Potentially? Because they asked Tom, I reckon, 11 questions.
There is absolutely no mandate for that, but usually it means something's gone wrong. And
It was a lot of
all
questions.
you get in your ear as like nightmares from, because you're one out live on national TV, and it's like more, longer. And then you got someone in your ear talking, and you can't even hear what they're saying. It's
You're trying to answer. I'll tell you what, they couldn't have got a better man than TB to lengthen out some answers.
Great.
Just started talking about his fucking cathedrals again and just went bananas.
Okay, good.
But no, he spoke
Terrific
very
feeling.
well.
Boundary riding, and you cop that. It's like, oh no, just get me out of here.
They also asked him in the locker room as well about the knowing the words to the song. He's like, no, didn't know any of
I saw
them.
they had no idea.
No clue.
Do you reckon you know?
Could you sing Hawthorns?
We're a happy
Team at Hawthorn, we're the mighty flying hawks. We love our club and we play to win. Fighting the bumps with a grin at Hawthorn. See what fighting.
Something.
Teamwork
is the thing that
talks.
talks.
All for one, the way we play at Hawthorn. We are the mighty flying hawks. Whoa.
Pretty close.
Okay, what about Adelaide?
We're the pride
Of South Australia, we're the mighty Adelaide Crows. Whoop! We're the harder, stronger, faster, elevated by our foes. Elevated of the nation, we're the pride of South Australia, we're the mighty Adelaide Crows.
Nailed it.
All right, I'll give you one more before we go to a question from YouTube. Can you give us the Gold Coast Suns?
We are the sons of the Gold Coast sky. We are the team with the red, white and blue. We are the sons of the Gold Coast sky. We plan to win the flag for you.
What do we win?
Fight till we hold up the cup. We
are the sons of the Gold Coast sky, and we'll never say die. That's
Great.
pretty good.
Very good.
They're going to have to change that because they're not the red, white and blue anymore. They're just all red. We're the team of the all red and sometimes pink. Red and sometimes pink.
I like the pink. I can't wait for them to run out of the pink.
I think we nailed
I
that.
reckon they'll chuck. That was pretty good. You led the way.
Yeah.
I was filling in the blanks sometimes though.
Yeah.
All right,
red, and red. They're gonna have to change that song.
Red and pink.
Some YouTube comments. Russ West 000 says Christian Petrarca just split with Connor Sports. Don't know if that means much.
Did he really?
I mean, that's a relatively big
one.
client with Paul Connors.
Paulie boy.
And Nick Geishan. So Tom Barras is with Connors Sport, I believe.
Is he?
I could be making that up, but I think they're together now. Geishan and Connors. So Harley Reid is with Connors Sport. Like, they've got some big names.
Cool.
So you're telling us we're getting Christian Petrarca?
Yeah, or Melbourne.
Right. I mean,
There you
that
go.
is a big deal, and like to do it this time of the year as well. Not ideal.
Who's he gone with?
If you're a management company, you don't want to be losing Christian Petrarca.
Yeah, that's a lot of money that walks out the door.
FozJam on YouTube says, what does a hard out mean, Scoey?
A hard out is if you are running your program and you have to be off air at a certain time, and there's no
Ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, I mean, news could be going locally. So say like the coverage is going, it's 6:50 when the game ends. You got about a minute to talk shit. Then they go, all right, let's go down to Kath or Scully with Hamish Brayshaw on the boundary.
Yep.
you're winding through that. If it starts getting close to like a hard out, which is like it'll be a specific time that they have to run their ad break.
9:56 p.m.
Yeah, it's usually like 9:56 and 50 seconds, and it's a 3-minute ad pack.
Oh, so I wasn't that far off.
Yeah, but it's like a 3-minute ad pack that runs into the next show, and it's hard. They can't just go, just get off somewhere
a bit late.
somewhere between 54 and 57.
It's not like a roaming Brian operation that just goes forever. It's like
so 7 have a soft out at the end of the coverage, like they're just talking, you know, and sometimes Fox do too. So that's what hard and soft out is. Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Sounds
so hard. A hard out is when it comes in and then it's soft.
Okay.
It gets soft on the way out. Unless it's a back-to-back game and then you go again.
All right.
And it stays up.
Boys, we've been waiting for this moment since September last year.
It's
time, Jaiden. Give us what we need, mate. Okay. Please. No, not that one. What's the other one? There it is.
You got the power.
All right, it's time to give our first Jack Buckley.
We are fucking back.
First Jack Buckley medal votes for 2025. Hammer, take it away.
Before you do, can we just give it a little bit of a prequel of what this is about, and just give me a little bit of the history of the Jack Buckley medal? Just
history.
I don't need Tom Barris.
You're getting the history. So all the way back to the early 1900s, Alfred Chicken Smallhorn wins the Brownlow medal.
Yeah.
That actually happened, by the way. And you're thinking, okay, what has Chicken Smallhorn done? Oh, he's a midfielder. He's run around and got a bit of the footy. Fucking whatever. Oh, here comes John Coleman. He's kicked 1,000 goals in 4 seconds as a forward. Let's just make a award about that. Brilliant. So now every full forward gets a fucking Coleman a medal. And it gets to the point of life where you realise that the most important feature of a football game, the most important person has just gone unrecognised for too long, and that is the best backman in the comp.
Yes.
Now,
unrewarded.
So unrewarded. The unsung heroes. For centuries. And yes, backmen are happy to go unsung. That's fine by them, but not by me and not by this show. We celebrate backmen. That's the whole point of BackChat. And we thought, why not make the BackChat Backman of the Year, the best backman in the comp? And how we do that is up to me, because I have made an algorithm that has been tweaked and perfected over the years. And the winner of the inaugural BackChat Backman of the Year would be therefore known, immortalised in the medal, therefore making it the blank medal. The winner of the first inaugural BackChat Backman of the Year, as we all know, was Jack Buckley.
Here it is, yeah.
So pan over to Scully, and we will see the BackChat Backman of the Year, the Jack Buckley medalist. Wow. So now we come to 2024. Harris Andrews storms away, wins the BackChat Backman of the Year. He's the 2024 Jack Buckley medalist.
There's no coincidence at all that the premiership winning captain
was the Jack Buckley medalist.
I mean, I don't know
what he
would. It says a
lot about the algorithm.
It does say a lot about the algorithm.
We haven't spoken to Harris about what he preferred, the Jack Buckley medal or the premiership medal.
I have. Jack Buckley.
Yep, great.
I spoke to, I then roll over, and now here we are. We're in 2025. We are on the precipice of another season of football, another season dominated by defenders, a premiership which will be won, no doubt, by a fullback just leading his team to glory. And I have thought, let's roll this out again. And what we've done, and what I've
thanks
to TABtouch, is the algorithm is unchanged. It's a perfect algorithm. They've got no issues with the algorithm. I have just gone back and forth in my mind about, do I do it game by game or do I do it round by round? I think I do it round by round.
Yeah, it's got to be round by round, and we spoke about this a couple of weeks ago.
We spoke about it off air, why it wouldn't work.
Yeah.
The reason it wouldn't work is my algorithm, and I can tell you about the algorithm. No one's going to figure out what it is, and if no one has.
It's about being a backman.
No one has.
That's about being a backman.
It's about being a backman. It's about being a dour defender who gets the job done, which sort of works perfectly with what we're trying to do here. But if we were to break it down game by game, it would just be... Or like Barris would get 3 votes every game.
Because he's not against the other backman.
Because he's not against the other backman. He's just against his own backman.
Yes.
So he's against the other team, which might, it's certainly a matter of, it's a better system. You get a better product. And it's obvious. Jack Buckley, winner 1 year, and Harris Andrews, the winner next year.
Yes.
The system works. You get the best backman of that year gets produced from the algorithm.
Yeah, correct.
So I've done it again.
Wow. So
And
we're giving votes this round.
We're giving votes.
Because
they'll miss. They're going to have a bye.
The Rising Star did not give a nomination for the opening round.
Well, exactly. Well, that's
But it's exactly why we're the better
why
award.
we're the better. The Brownlow will still vote. The Coleman still counts.
It still evens out though in the end, even though
It does still even out
So
in the
that's-
end. The only reason it might not even out in the end for the Rising Star is because not all the other kids had a chance to
Right.
be on display that week.
It's like the Jack Buckley medal. No, it's not.
No, it's
actually.
not. We're way better.
Yeah. way
Okay.
better.
So I've run the numbers through the algorithm. And geez, I'll tell you what, if there was any doubt as to the fucking if this was going to work or not,
Yes.
it still works.
I haven't seen this. The results.
It still works. I
I'm
sent it
excited.
into us and then I deleted it because Jaiden told me to and said do it live. With one vote
Very good, Jed.
from opening round, one vote goes to Lewis the Pelican
You're
Melican.
kidding me. I mean, not kidding
The
me.
Pelican with one vote.
Really good. I saw Lewis Melican put a spoil 50 rows back.
Yep.
Did you see that spoil?
I saw it. I also saw him. He had the option with it was 2 minutes into the last quarter, pissing down with rain. Hawthorn are 4 points up. Sydney need to start really getting things going off half back. The Pelican sitting under an uncontested mark in the wet.
Probably 10 metres away from anyone.
At the 50-metre line. Perfect. I can take the intercept mark. I can roll and go back through the middle. Double fist.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of here.
because sometimes you get to think, like, what's the percentage?
What's the
thing to
percentage
do?
play? I'm going to punch the shit out of it.
Yeah.
2 votes. We've spoken about him already. Our man, Tom Barris,
Wow.
with the 2 votes. An exceptional start. You think, was the trade to Hawthorn worth it? Yeah, we won, but more importantly, I'm 2 votes and I'm on the podium.
He was top 5 last year. I think he could have been
Yep.
in top 5 first year.
Yep.
Could the move to Hawthorn winning the Jack Buckley medal? Because I know that's why he's there.
That is why he's there. But this one goes without saying. Now, I'll run you through it. No one needs to know the algorithm, but the scores. So Lewis Melican scored a 4.48.
Don't know if that's good yet.
Tom Barris scored a 4.98.
Right.
The winner scored a 12.13.
3 times better.
3 times better on the algorithm. This man, Sam Taylor, lit it up, baby. Big sound from the west of the town. It's the sound of Sam Taylor's fist. Spoiling balls and taking marks and doing everything that backs do.
Right.
He was exceptional.
I think he had 12 intercepts. He had spoils
He
just
was
for days. He was
fucking
running
awesome.
blokes down, holding the ball. Like, he was what a backman should be every
Kicked a
week.
goal off a 50-metre penalty. So, as I said before in the show,
Yes.
it didn't disqualify him from scoring points this round. And he is firmly atop the
He
leaderboard.
lost. Well, we haven't yet to confirm whether he's lost the nut or he had some nut troubles last year.
No, he's got one. I'm pretty sure he's got one test.
So he lost the nut, but last year he lost the opportunity to win the Jack Buckley medal. That's what
Because
he
of
really
his
lost.
nut, yeah.
That's what he really lost.
Yes, that's right.
Yep.
This year is the Sam Taylor year.
Someone
of
on YouTube
being a
said
god.
Sam the Cyclops.
Yeah.
Sam the Cyclops, yep, one
Yes.
nut. I have decided
on
to...
YouTube as well. Triple Bogey said the Pelican is playing for individual accolades. He's
Yeah,
playing
for the Jack
for the Jack Buckley medal.
He's still about winning.
yeah, I don't mind that actually from the Pelican. I will be keeping obviously keep running tally of the votes, but in the case of a draw, I'm going to be keeping the scores of each player
Okay.
and add that up cumulatively
Great.
as well. So a 12.12
At the end of the year,
for Sammy
if
massive.
there's a draw at the end of the year when you've gone to 2 decimal places, I'll be very surprised.
If there's a draw at the end of the year,
Goes to scores, total score.
cock off. Cock off. Nut off. Sam Taylor can't win that. That's real tough.
Nah.
Unless he gets an orange as a
I
prosthetic.
think it's a score off. It's a score off.
Yeah, it's a score off.
a spoil off.
Just keep that as a spreadsheet. I want to look at that at the end of the year.
Yeah, I had the same one from last year. I said it to you.
Great.
Anyway,
Very
don't worry
good.
about it.
Good
Thanks to
sheet.
TABtouch.
Yeah.
They won't offer odds on it because I've just made up the way that it scores. But
That's fair.
We really pushed it hard.
I pushed it pretty. I don't know how hard I pushed it. Probably could have pushed it a bit harder. But it's yeah.
That's a hard out.
Yep.
There we go. All right.
Hard out.
It's
Thanks.
a topic of conversation at the beginning of every AFL season, and this one is no different. We're talking umpiring.
Umpires.
Will Schofield, what did you notice in these first 2 games about the umpiring?
I'll whip through this, and I wondered if anyone else was watching or listening and thought something. They are so hot on the 15-metre kicks. Like,
One went 25, and they still gave it a
yeah, I
not
would have
15.
sawn 40 of the not 15 play on.
What
Like,
shits me about
lot.
about them the most is it's off the boot that they do it. So like a player can be backing away from where the ball's been kicked, not 15 play on, and then it lands because obviously they want to give the bloke time to mark the footy.
yeah.
But he hasn't marked the footy yet. You don't know if it's travelled 15 yet. I saw one in the GWS game where I reckon Josh Kelly chipped one along the wing and someone was backing away from him, running into space to mark it. The ball went 25 metres because you can see by how far it travels over the cut grass, and he called it 15, not 15 play on, off the boot.
Unless there is something that I've missed publicly, they would have said this to the footy clubs coming into the players and coaches would have known this was coming. Why don't they tell the rest of us? Because then we wouldn't even blink at it. It's like, hey guys,
Stop complaining
we're
about it.
actually making focus on cracking down on kicks that aren't the required distance of 15 metres. You're probably going to see some more free kicks. We're probably going to overcompensate like we did in the first round.
Wouldn't they? Don't they do that? They do that.
They do that to players
within the footy club,
They
right?
do that
but
to
not,
players.
but not out in the
Why don't
media.
they tell us?
You know what I think about
No,
the
I say it's not media.
secrets?
The
You know what?
people.
Do you know what I think?
Yeah, what?
Scrap that rule outside, between the arcs. Inside forward 50, not 15 play on, but between the arcs. Like, why would you? I just think it's not.
What benefit is there to
The
doing
benefit
like a
is
5
it
metre kick?
takes a little bit of the sting out of the game. Yeah, sure, but like it's more efficient to handball that because a little chip that's hard.
I like that. That's a
Scrap
great
it.
suggestion.
Scrap that between the arcs. Inside
Yes.
forward 50, yes, because like it results as a shot on goal, or inside defensive 50, it's like you can take away the chance of scoring a goal. But inside the arcs, just any chip, any kicks play on.
Also,
Any
hot
kicks a mark.
on holding the
Oh
ball.
yeah, this one was infuriating.
They were hot on holding the ball. I actually don't
Like
think
quick
either.
to call it.
Yeah,
And they were very hot. We had a waffle pracking game on the weekend. Very hot on that too.
I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. But the worst thing in the world is not knowing it's coming.
Yeah.
And you're like, what is happening? Why is there so many holding the ball free kicks? If you know they're focusing on it, I reckon people would just be like, oh,
Yeah,
they
play
just
on,
told us to do that. So I just reckon a bit more comms from the umpiring division.
Yeah. Yep. I like that.
All right,
great.
here we go. Collingwood fans collectively held their breath when their favourite son and brother of Josh, Nick Daicos, went down in the third quarter of yesterday's game against the Giants. But it's nothing to be feared unless you're afraid of him horribly being unfit, which may be the case if he's cramping so early into a game in the season. Hammer, should Collingwood be concerned with the fitness of Nick Daicos?
Come on. Come on.
There has not, since Robert Harvey played, and Ed Langdon's an exception because he's different, but not since Robert Harvey or Anthony Stevens has anyone sprinted harder in a game for every single time that he gets the ball. He was getting the hardest tag. Bedford's the best tagger in the comp.
Yes.
And he had 20 on him at halftime just by sheerly running the bloke off his feet. And he could only get away from him by sprinting and, of course, running a half. I'd love to see his GPS
I was going to
numbers
say, imagine putting his GPS numbers out.
because I still think he would have run 12Ks.
Would have run more than me on the weekend.
It's baffling because he didn't cramp 2 weeks ago when he had 30 in a game.
And he's fit enough.
And he's fit enough. And it's like the bloke has
So I would raise to you, you've played enough footy now.
Yep.
Would you say that some blokes are crampers
some blokes are crampers.
and
yep.
they can be fit guys?
Yep.
I
So-
feel like I'm a cramper. I'm not a fit guy, but I cramp. like my calves always cramp up.
Yeah, you got the biggest calves in the world.
Yeah,
the stress they're under.
Yeah. Some guys do cramp. And yes, it is.
Bad weekend to be pickle juice,
I've
says Rob Matt on
I've
YouTube.
never cramped on a football field.
I have.
How about that?
It's fucking horrible.
So
I cramp in bed.
I at stages I was a very hard worker on the footy field towards
Yep.
the back end, stay at
Not so
home
much,
sort of
yeah,
guy.
yeah.
But mate, I've never cramped.
I've cramped.
Cramp in bed, yeah, absolutely. I get the full lock up in bed,
Yeah.
like double hammy, double calf, not walking the next day.
I've cramped. I remember I cramped at Claremont Oval. The ball, I was like, it was with about a minute left in the third quarter. I got moved. It was like we were up by a little bit, and it was I trying to ice the quarter. And it was like Hammer, go behind the ball in play, and I was cramping at the time.
Perfect.
And I've run behind the ball, cramping down there, and I'm like, oh my god, there's 30 seconds left. Both calves are going at this point, and a ball got kicked in over the one-on-one, and I've got to run onto a loose ball here, and I'm hobbling there. And when you cramp kicking,
You're
you
done.
know that you're gonna. As soon as you kick, you know it's cramping. So I've kicked, cramped in midair, and just couldn't kick more than 30 meters. But anyway, got away with it. But
Nick Daicos
is
is
fit enough.
and I think he's well prepared. But honestly, anyone commenting on that doesn't know. You actually don't know how well prepared he is. You would think that he's well prepared. And
It's
he
pretty
comes-
documented how often, like even on his Instagram, like he's always training, even
He
when he's
runs.
traveling and
Yeah,
stuff.
but
He's
yeah.
It's different. Like his running is different. His running is different. When you have a GPS on in a game of football, you measure distance and you measure high speed distance. High speed distance varies between whatever club you're doing, but let's just say, for example, high speed distance is above 24 kilometers
It's
an hour,
usually above 24 km.
which is like a proper go.
Yeah.
I get through games and don't do any of that running. Nick Daicos, let's just call
Matt
it 10
Priddis would regularly go through seasons by not going above 24 k's an hour.
Like, let's call it Nick Daicos has had 20. Let's say he run 10 k's on the weekend. I would argue that like 4 of that would have been high speed distance, which is fucking incredible.
Yes.
And just doing that to try and break a tag, it's no wonder he cramped. His 10Ks with 4 kilometres of high speed running is much more difficult on the body than 15Ks at 1 kilometre high speed.
Yep.
So that's why he was cramping. He's not unfit. He's not underprepared. He's fine.
Still best player in the comp.
Still best player in the comp. No question about it.
Okay.
All right, here we go. To finish us off this afternoon, we have an email. You send it. We Harley read it, and I'm going to read it out. I should have been more prepared and actually have it open on my screen.
Hello.
Oh, there we go.
You send it, we read it.
If it's good.
Hello at backchatstudios.com.au or hello at backchatpodcast.com.au.
Yeah.
Send us an email. We'll read it out if it's good.
If it's good. This one is good. That's what we're reading out. It's from Tom Carrington. Rashvest, Scuzzer, and the king of the McDonald's McNugget meal. It's a pleasure to be writing you once again. I felt it was necessary to email you in to say, lads, we fucking did it. Nick Nat demanded that the banner returned instead of West Coast players running through a bouncy castle, and now, thanks to the work of BackChat, West Coast players will no longer run out to the tune of a WA tourism commercial. For the first time since 2019, you'll finally be able to see shit stains on the white away shorts of opposition players, petrified of the thought of taking on West Coast as they enter the arena in the true nostalgic We're Flying High theme song.
Yeah.
West Coast supporters can return to Optus and hear a song that has history instead of listening to Born is Pride from Isolation. Because let's be honest, with that song, it still felt like a loss even when the Eagles won. While the old song blares through speakers once again, you can bet that there will be tears of joy from supporters and a firm John Thomas or two seen protruding through male members' pants. They will remember witnessing the acts of Cousins, Judd, Kerr, Priddis, Hearn, and Kennedy, Schofield, I added that one in, while witnessing a new generation that contains the likes of Reid, Hewitt, Edwards, Waterman, The Boy, and Luca Grego.
Yeah.
I'll leave it to you three to
Some
decide,
email.
but I think this achievement is up there with getting Brad Shepard's All-Australian blazer. I brought up the song change in my email, last email in 2024. You blokes tore shred off the new song, and look what we achieved. BackChat, we get shit done. All the best, Tom.
I feel celebratory.
Oh, boy.
That is an email.
That's a great
And
email.
it's right as well.
It is
We did do
exceptionally
this.
correct. I am still of the opinion, I said this the other week, scrap the old song, scrap the new one, Eagle Rock. Never
What
tear
about-
us apart
What about just
on top of.
Couldn't
at
you
the
just
end
do it on
of,
top
yeah.
of?
Never tear us apart before the
It's
first
the winning
bounce.
song.
We will never.
Nah,
No.
we play a winning song and it's Eagles.
No. I want it before.
So my pants off before we play.
For the first minute, the minute leading into the first centre bounce, all the Port Adelaide fans are never tearing us apart. Imagine if all the Eagles fans, the male fans, pants off. Jocks on. Jocks on.
Jocks on.
Have to be jocks
and
on.
that's firmly enforced.
That's a
and,
firmly enforced. Jocks off. You're not. You membership revoked. Not allowed back.
Yep.
Because and you probably be on the your child's offenders
okay,
list.
okay.
There's kids around, so you're not allowed to do that. But
Yep.
pants off. Jocks on.
Do you think we can get this up?
No, but I would like to try. Pants off. Jocks on. Minute before the game. Eagle Rock.
Yeah.
Now listen, and then just everyone getting around it, and then when we win, play the full song.
Do you think we're
Full
going to
song.
get the "Hey Eagles, hey Eagles,
What?
we're flying
Oh
high"?
yeah, the old school one. Yeah,
We're flying high. That's the entry.
Hey.
Yeah, they go. We're
We're
flying
flying
high.
I actually just- sorry,
No, that's how it used to start.
I
Are we
wonder
going
if
to cop that?
I wonder. That'd be interesting.
Hey Eagles.
And imagine if it's the game day MC that has to do that. Danny Shuey just out there. Just, hey, Eagle.
Shut up.
Or Carl Langton. Also, I'm pretty sure they play Eagle Rock sometimes after we win.
Yeah,
But
I've
no,
definitely heard.
Definitely used to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
used to.
think the
Pants off.
I
thing
think
comes
Optus
a little
needs
bit.
to flash that up on the screen. Pants
Pants
off,
off.
jocks on.
Jocks on. Yeah.
Pants off, jocks on.
Yes.
In just as big.
Flash, but
Flash,
flashing.
yeah, one at a time. It's like when you're driving through the tunnel. There'll be works at 6 p.m.
Yeah, left lane.
Left
blocked.
lane
Closed.
blocked. Hazard. Jocks off. Sorry, jocks on. Pants off, jocks on. Pants off, jocks on.
While
I think
we're
that
on
needs to be flashed.
while we're on the song, I don't know. Have you guys ever been to the Perth Wildcats?
Yep.
Okay, when they win games, do you know what comes on at the end?
Is it
Is it
Eagle
Eagle
Rock?
Rock?
No, it is "Stand Together, West Australia, we're the Wildcats,
we're
we're
the
the Wildcats.
Wildcats.
West Australia, we're the Wildcats, we're the Wildcats. It's real bad.
That's
Then it goes
bad.
up another octave like, the Wildcats, the Wildcats.
Well, it should be like Eye of the Tiger or something.
And then what happens is the
Or Hungry
cat-
Like the Wolf, but instead of wolf, it's tiger. Hungry
What's,
Like the Tiger by Duran Duran.
what's the cat's name at the Wildcats? Whatever he is, he goes into the middle and he gets surrounded by the cheerleaders, and they all like roll up their pom poms, and then they all fall like he falls down on the ground.
So he's got his jocks on.
He definitely has
He's
jocks on.
on.
Boys, anything else for the
Nah.
people before we go?
I am done. I'm running out. Going to get
I
some
would,
fish and
I
chips.
just, we're going to go. We're going to
Only
order
way
this
to
one
pick
at
concert,
Pelican.
you're gonna get fish and
I think we put a poll up and really get some input as to this jocks on.
Pants.
Jocks on, pants off.
Pants
Pants
off.
on,
Off.
pants off, jocks on.
Yeah.
Pojo, Pojo. Pojo, post-game. Post-game, Pojo.
I'll
That's
be
what I think,
pre-game
yeah.
Pojo.
Pre-game.
Don't you want a peak pre-game Pojo?
We want a pre-game Pojo and a post-game Pojo. Pre- and post-game Pojos. That's
of
what I think we
Pojos.
do. Pre- and post-game and halftime Pojos.
All right, on that, we'll leave you. A thank you to Paywise powering the podcast
Oh, yeah,
in 2025.
Paywise Pojo.
TABtouch, Shelter Brewing Co. Look out for the beer. It is coming out soon. We'll have more news on
Yep.
that. Whippersnapper Whisky,
Pojo's
ID
brought to you by
Athletic.
Power. Sorry. Keep going, keep going.
Mamba Digital, On One Plumbing, on services, Camera Electronic. I'm pretty sure that's everyone. We should just update the sheet.
Mamba Digital.
Mamba Digital, yeah, we
yeah.
covered that.
The Eagles.
We'll
As in
be
the band that brings us Pojo.
Pojo. This Wednesday, we have
Danny
a very
Cool,
big
sorry, Danny
guest
Cool,
interview
that is.
coming out.
shit.
Probably, maybe one of the biggest that we've ever released.
Yeah, it's been hyped. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Nick Nanui.
Yeah.
Comes out on
Massive,
Wednesday.
6'9".
Yeah, huge. So that
Big
interview,
man.
look out for that on Wednesday. Tuesday, I don't know why I'm going backwards in days, but Tuesday, the Footy and Change is back with Adam Papalia.
Yep.
We've got the Short Footy Cast Mondays and Thursdays as well. Go have a look at that. And Friday, you're back with Happers Hammy.
Happers Hammy Hour.
The Happers
Happy
Hammy Hour. where we
Pojo's
do
brought to you by
hammies.
Hammers Happy
Pojo.
Hour.
Might do this one in my jocks.
We'll be in touch
do
with
Friday,
you
mate.
about. Do you know what's going on this Friday, Hammer?
Nah, not sure yet.
All right, we'll figure it out. Otherwise, see you next Monday.
Tune in. Bye.
See ya.